What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Lazy
Sundays
with Dionte
and NiJa.
It's episode 9, I think.
Yeah, episode 9.
We've been going hard for 2 months, bro. Consistently dropping on Sundays. Everybody who hasn't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like, drop a comment right now before we even get the video started. Let us know that you was here. How was your week?
My week was the same as it was last week.
That's terrible.
Except my week was actually pretty good because it was hot. And I always like when it's hot, it kind of changes the dynamic of how you feel during the day. You just kind of feel like, I don't know, I guess from dealing with cold weather, you're just like, oh, I kind of feel good. Put me in a good mood.
That's true. And
how was your week?
I had a pretty decent week. It's a little hectic, business partner out, having the birth of my niece. Which, I
congratulations to them. That's exciting.
Can't wait to see my niece.
Yes.
But work's been kind of hectic. It's been all over the place. It's like they say, I know it's just one of y'all, so we're going to make a lot of shit go wrong.
I feel like it's always like that. When someone is out, but in y'all case, because y'all kind of like tag team stuff together, it's a lot.
Not to cut you off. Let me take too much. Also, my number 2. My number 2 on the team. She's also pregnant. So she's expecting a baby anytime today, tomorrow, within the next week. So literally, it's almost just me.
Congratulations, because I know you be watching the videos. So
it's been all over the place without the main people that's, helping us get through it.
Yes.
So, I'm struggling, drinking my way through it. But she laughs. But
it's true. He's stressed. It's okay. He's gonna make it there.
But yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get started.
Let's get into the video.
All right. First up, man.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, because y'all know this dude. So your boy.
Not my y'all boy.
Derrick Jaxn. Jaxn.
Jaxn.
I know that's not how you spell Jackson.
No,
but
that's how he spelled his name.
Self-love ambassador Derrick Jaxn, who
self-proclaimed.
I meant to find. See if you can pull up his books. He wrote some books. I meant to look him up and find them, but anyway,
it's irrelevant.
So
I'm not buying his book.
Derrick Jaxn, he built his following on social media, basically calling out men for their behavior, and in turn, telling them that they need to be held accountable for the dog and cheating ways and all the other foul things that men tend to do. Which is cool as long as, you know what I'm saying, you're not doing these things yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what they say, glass house and the stones and all that. But, so yeah, Derrick actually cheated on his wife with multiple women. And then in the end, somehow flipping it and blaming God.
Yeah, God got brought into this. It's like, let's sit here. Let me hold your hand. Let me hold your hand real tight. He had her hand like this. And he was like, you could tell he was squeezing the poor girl's hand. It was ridiculous.
It was all over the place.
Yep. And every time he swung and he was trying to get his point across, her hand was right with him. And I'm just
He's also doing a lot of third person. Dionte, and his wife has been going through some things.
I'm so uncomfortable. And he's not even in trouble. I can't, what are we doing? I felt so bad for her because, for one, following the story, people are basically saying that he's never put his relationship out there. Some people didn't even know that he was married.
A lot of people didn't know he was married.
Yeah, they didn't know what his wife looked like. So to me, the issue that I have with this whole overall thing, obviously, is the cheating. I'm not one that condones or likes infidelity in any type of way, in any type of shape or form. And I know that no one is perfect, but I think to be a self-proclaimed, relationship expert or whatever, so to speak, I think is like kind of hypocrite to be cheating on your wife for many years. Like, this ain't something that he used to do when he was like a little young boy. It's like, no, I'm a grown man and I've been doing this for years. Yeah. Multiple women. And the only reason why he came out and even said anything was because pretty much, I guess, like, one of the women ended up putting out receipts. So then he had to come out and actually tell the truth, because I think he made a live and he was like lying and stuff about it.
I wanted to get to that. He actually dropped an apology video, which is the video we were just referring to when he was holding the
She had on her beret. It's not a bonnet.
When he was holding a mess out of her hand.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought she had a bonnet on, but
and she didn't.
It was a beret.
Yes, it was a beret.
Was the worst choice. But anyway, he dropped an apology video, and then he heard people saying stuff about it. He seen somebody randomly, probably only one person asked you to do this, and he was going to do this anyway. Somebody said in the comments, hey, you should react to this. So this dude, you know, being as entitled as he's feeling, he makes a reaction video to his own apology video.
Like,
again, continually to talk in third person about it. And
which is so annoying.
But the wildest part about it, because it makes us look wild, because at the same time, you know, a lot of people, women in particular, they feel like men aren't usually held accountable for the shit that they do.
No.
So, social media wise, he's gained over like 300,000 followers since that incident has happened.
Which is expected.
So he's basically getting more famous, and his wife is getting ate up online.
Yes.
Because everybody is at her neck about all of this, bro. Should she stay? Why is she staying? Why she look like that? You know, you got a wife. She can't dress.
Which is typical. Which is typical in situations like this. The man does something wrong, and then the woman gets picked apart. Basically how she chooses to deal with it, and everything else outside of that, whether it's her appearance, what she does on a day-to-day, like all of these things. And I think it's unfortunate because he knew what he was doing. You can just tell that he's just one of those guys that's full of himself, and he kind of pulled his poor wife into this. For one, homegirl did not look prepared for this live or this video that they went on. She looked, my word of the week, she looked disheveled. Yeah,
take a video with me.
Exactly. Like, and I'm not saying, you know, this is my opinion. I feel like she looked extremely uncomfortable, and I do feel like in some way she was kind of forced to do this. Like, you know, hey, like, if you probably love me, you know what I'm saying, can you do this with me or whatever? Because she just did not look comfortable. Nothing about that video looked comfortable. I didn't feel like she was like, oh yeah, like, let's do this. I'm with you 100%.
A lot of it she's uncomfortable with. Because then also, before we forget, the story's out here on her end. Apparently, either she knew about some of this, or
because this was old, people were saying. It's just that it came up. Women. Yeah, that has come out.
At the same time, apparently, because on top of him cheating, you know, he's recording it, which that's dumb. But he has sex tapes of him with the other women. Yes. And apparently, his wife found it. I don't know if she told him at the time directly, but she found it, and she was actually studying the tapes, trying to see what the women did and liked, and what he liked that they did in these tapes. See, that I emulate what they're doing. It's a real sick. Oh, I mean to hit the mic. It's a real sick situation.
It's really unfortunate, because when I hear stuff like that, to me, I'm just like, I hope she gets out of that situation. I know it's like, it's something that and that's the thing. It's like, do she want to? But I feel like it's doing more harm than good, because no woman that's in no woman that's in a sane space in her life actually goes out of her way to, not sane, but no woman in that space where she's confident in her relationship, she's good, will actually feel comfortable enough watching her significant other with another person and be like, oh, let me watch this to see. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is my package. But the ring app, love it, gotta love it. But she would not go into it and be like, oh, let me watch this video of them and see what I can do to better. It's almost like she's what women typically do, or men in situations that get cheated on. They flip it on them as if something is wrong with them. So it's like, let me watch this to see what I can do to please him. And it's like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. He doing this because this is what he wants to do with this person.
She was thick.
You could do the same thing and it ain't gonna do nothing.
You just not thick like her, I guess.
Anyways, but the point of the matter is, to end this topic, I do want to say this. I do not like when men put themselves in women's business. Y'all know how I feel about that. I don't like the whole like, oh, let me tell you how to get a man. Let me tell you how to get married. Let me tell you, you're not a woman. You can't tell me nothing. Like you don't. I don't like that. Like
I don't even want to look at it that way. I just look at most of these self-help dudes. Well, not even dudes, just people who do a lot of self-help and things of that nature, because a lot of it is bull, bro.
Yeah.
I can write a book and tell people, hey, get up at 7 o'clock every day. Make sure you do this. Schedule it out. Have goals. Have da-da-da-da-da. It's just a whole book full of nonsense. I'm selling it for $17. And people trying to tell you, oh, yeah, your book helped me get motivated. No, you helped yourself get motivated.
Exactly.
Most people, man, I think 99% of those self-help people is just a bunch of quotes and Google stuff that you can just search and find.
Yep.
And most of these dudes, again, because it's dudes like this. See, this is what my issue was when we were little, and my issue with church.
Yeah.
Because always, I was trying to figure out, like, for the Bible, there are so many rules. It's too many pastors and all these other dudes that's just not living their life the correct way.
Yeah. And it's always like that. I feel like it's always those people that end up being in mess the most. It's like pastors, people that are like, oh, follow me, and this is how you get this much money, or this type of relationship you're gonna have, or these type of kids, you know what I'm saying, how your kids is gonna, act. It's like those people tend to have a completely different lifestyle than what they're preaching. Not all, but some. So that's just our personal opinion. But to move on to our next topic is
let me wipe my glasses.
Why didn't you do that when I was...
No, go ahead and move on. You was good. I've been wiping my glasses the whole time. I didn't know if you noticed.
No, I did notice, but apparently
I'm looking foggy, so I don't be knowing, so I just wipe.
Yeah, glasses problems. But to move on to our next topic, people was in Miami cutting up. Do you hear me? People were out there. I think they called it like a state of emergency, was it, or something like that?
For spring break.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was state of emergency,
but
it
did. But it was a curfew at like 8, 9 o'clock because there's too many people down here. It's still COVID.
Yes,
I don't think people remember that.
Acting up in the streets.
The sun came out. Got a couple drinks on that, but listen, you can still get sick, bitch.
Like what are you doing? They was all out there. I said there is no social distance going on. You can't tell me the residents of Miami was not hot about this. Cool. Because it's one thing for us to cut up and act the food and be out here in these streets. It's another thing for it to look like this. We can't even come out of our house without you seeing booty bouncing down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, it's like you can't walk past without, you know what I'm saying, rubbing up against somebody. It's like, what are we doing? It's COVID. Stop. Go home.
That's what Tom be saying.
Like, but seriously, I just don't get it. So
just move without touching people.
Basically, people was cutting up, and you would think, obviously, if you're going to spring break, you got the money. Like, okay, you here, you coming to have fun. Okay, whatever. Some of them do, but you're expecting people. If you traveling, chances are you have enough money to have the fun that you're having. Sure. Well, apparently, one guy was like, not today. I'm going to still do what I normally do, which is dine and dash. Now, I don't know if y'all have ever dined and dashed before, but basically it's what it sounds like. You eat, you get up, and you run out. I'm not paying for the tab. So apparently 2 servers was not having it. They said, this not what we do in Miami, okay? You going to pay for this tab today. So they were filming... I guess like a little twerk session in the streets. It was a lot going on. It was a lot of butt.
At the restaurant or just in
then like in the street, you can just see like someone filming in the streets was like bikes and women and just people just walking past, you know what I'm saying, just cutting up in the street. And then you see like 3 people fly past the camera, and you see the camera kind of veer off to where the people went, and apparently it was a guy that ran off on his check, and the server said not today. They tackled this man. He kind of got loose. The other server tripped him, so he couldn't run, so then he stumbled. And I'm just like, not all for this. Let this man go with this check. Okay, he don't get it.
These servers must be related to the owner or something like that.
They had to be, because they was not playing. then.
Because I'm not chasing nobody, bro.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not chasing nobody. I'm a server, bro.
They chased him down. They didn't care that day. They tripped him. He fell like 3 times. I feel like 2 or 3 times. I
can't believe they were still chasing him.
And then they hemmed him up. Like, you know how your mama back in the day used to do this to you? And it was like, come on. And I was like, I'm sorry. But, you know, that's what they did.
She grabs my shirt like this all the time.
But, yo, I said, they did not just hem this poor boy up. He looked so embarrassed, but he couldn't do nothing. Where's your friends at?
What? Bro, you just trying to run out of here, bro. And the thing about it, he probably pissed everybody off because they probably knew he wasn't going to pay for shit.
Yeah.
And then he probably left a hefty tab, bro. I don't see him chasing you down with a salad and a water, bro.
No. You came up here and you ate.
And truffle mac and cheese.
You're going to pay. Yeah.
I will find you.
Yes. So that was funny. I just had to talk about that because I couldn't believe that people was cutting up like that in Miami.
You ever Dine&Dash?
No, I've never did that. I'm too scared for something like that. Maybe I won't even say maybe it's a woman thing. It's a NiJa thing. I've never done that.
But it wasn't on like me just purposely trying to take the check. Yo, we
not purposely, but you just happened to eat and walk out.
No, because we were at Buffalo Wild Wings. This was years ago, back when Buffalo Wild Wings first started popping up. Mm-hmm. And you know, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but the Buffalo Wild Wings here, this was the only one in the area at the time. So everybody was coming for them wings and them sauces.
Okay, all right.
So long story short, it was extra packed. And it was some group of girls. I don't know what happened. One of the girls bumped the other girl or something like that, which was ironic because the table of girls that got bumped actually was sitting beside us. We had just got sat down. The other girls walked past, and before we knew it, a brawl started.
Oh well, so, that's technically. I don't feel like that counts.
No, it do count. Because by that point, I had already ate my food, and the girl was coming back to start passing out receipts. But by that point, they're fighting. It's like 6 to 8 girls fighting. Half the restaurants all over the place. So
I'm leaving. Exactly. To me, I don't even count that. Yeah.
Anyway, in a situation like this, I'm out. I can't have this. So a lot of people that were sitting down at their tables kind of scooted out too. Mm-hmm. You should see the little white girl at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wait,
you can't call her that.
Y'all can't leave. She was a Caucasian woman.
Okay.
She was a young girl, probably around that age. Yeah, y'all can't leave. But like half the Buffalo Wild Wings just left.
Oh, poor thing.
Because we're not paying for this.
I need my tips.
Not paying for this.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, but
it was solid that night though.
I wanted to end it, as y'all know, always with a topic. And we both watched the I Am Athlete podcast. And
which is a great podcast.
Yes, a really good podcast.
Check that out. You
yes.
Get a chance. Tell them to check us out while y'all doing that.
That would be great. But
let me get on that.
You know, I feel like we're reaching a bit, but that would be nice. But Dwayne Wade was up there, and he was basically talking about parenting and everything with his experience with his daughter, Zaya. And as you guys know, if you follow the story, I'm sure you've heard of Zaya Wade. Zaya be slaying on the gram. Love Zaya. I love everything that he's done with parenting Zaya, and just their journey along those lines of everything that she's had to deal with basically saying that, you know, she is a girl, you know, and it's just amazing with their journey. But the topic that I wanted to spin off from that is, what have you learned about parenting, or the things that you are doing different now that you are a parent?
You sound like you got your answer ready. Go first.
I do. So what I've learned about parenting is a lot of my experiences have come with dealing with other people while trying to be a parent. I never thought that would really be an issue because, you know, I think sometimes you're like, oh, I don't care. I'll do this. I'll tell this person this. I'll tell that person that. Sometimes I find it difficult to deal with other people now that I am a parent, because you're having to make other people understand that, look, this is how I choose to raise my child. And sometimes people get offended, or sometimes people feel like you're being rude or you're being extra or whatever the case may be. And I never thought that would be an issue, but I'm learning that it is an issue. And one of the things that me and Dionte have discussed before, is us allowing Sophia to have a voice, allowing her to feel her feels, have an opinion. Obviously, we don't allow her to take it and run with it. Like, she doesn't run us. It's basically what I'm saying. But we try to tap into, she has a choice whether she wants to do something or not. We don't force Sophia to hug. We don't force Sophia to show someone attention. If Sophia just doesn't want to deal, we don't take it as I feel like we're both brought up like, oh, you're being rude or you're being disrespectful or be nice. And it's like, go ahead and give such and such a hug or sit on such and such lap. We don't play that. It's like, if she don't want to do it, we're like, she obviously doesn't feel comfortable. You got some kids where they got to warm up. You got some kids that's like, no, I just don't want to. Because even as adults, we've all been amongst a crowd and been like, if I was ever put in a situation and someone's like, go hug Jessica. I don't want to hug Jessica. I don't know her. Why I want to hug her? I don't want to touch her. So it's the same thing with kids, and that's how we've tried to parent.
Hug you and then you kiss all on me and stuff like that.
Like, we don't like that, and we don't like that for many reasons that we're not going to get into. But y'all know,
old lady lipstick and Newports on my cheek.
But what have you? What is your answer like as far as parenting?
Weird kissing. I guess I learned that you got to be more patient with people. I'm a very impatient person. I'm working on it though, but it's hard.
Yeah.
And you got to be patient with kids because patience is the name of the game. Obviously, they're gonna do everything at their time, especially at toddlers. So you kind of got to get used to that.
Yeah.
And not want to fly off the handle. Things that I'm doing differently as a parent. Piggyback off of what you said. So that. What else am I doing differently? I guess I'm just trying not to be as. What's the word when you kind of...
I feel like for you, you're more... Not saying other fathers aren't, not to cut you off, but something that I noticed that Dionte does do is... Obviously, I know how he is as a significant other, but... As far as a father, Dionte is more involved in like the day-to-day womanly things or girl things or whatever. He has his moments where he's like, I want to pick out her clothes, and a lot of times he pushes her to say her affirmations. Normally that's like a me and her thing, and it typically is, but he's like, let's say your affirmations and let's say your prayers, like, what I'm saying, like he be on it. He washes Sophia's clothes, anything that's going on with her, womanly wise, if he feels like if she's been doing stuff where he feels like, is she irritated, whatever, she having little issues down there, he'll come and he'll tell me, like, he's really in tune with, hey, as her dad. And I think that's important because a lot of men sometimes don't do that. And I know to each his own, but I like that he is more in tune with it because as she gets older, she's not only going to feel like, oh, I can only come to mommy for this because mommy's a girl. It's like, no.
Come to me first.
Daddy's cool. There too.
Daddy's cool and he's very fashionable. And he's just
all right. I know.
One thing I was about to say, procrastination, that's the word I was looking for. Max procrastinator, do it at the last minute when it comes to my things.
Yes.
And as for kids, I've started doing that differently because you obviously can't
have
kids. A lot of times
that's
with
true.
Kids, you kind of got to attack things right in there. Unfortunately. I know we don't be wanting to do stuff. With just people in general, it's like, I'll do it. Like, I got to be to work at 8. Take me a 20-minute drive. I get up like 40 minutes before that. You know how people do. Yeah. And it's like, you can't really do that with kids. I got to get up an hour and a half or so beforehand. Just to get her ready. Get her all the extra stuff. So... Yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like we're pretty good parents. But yeah, so that's all we have for y'all this week. That is it. A lot of mess.
You want to kind of...
No, that's all.
Quick hitters.
No, that is it for me. I am all good.
Refrigerator, bro.
Yes, what is in y'all refrigerator?
While, I know y'all got some stuff in there. It's starting to get hot. I know that it's starting to change. We'll get back to y'all next week.
Yes, we'll see y'all later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and share the videos.
Share, let everybody know, man.
Yes.
Come join our community, the Lazy Sunday community.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Meet up, man. We'll meet up.
Bye.
Peace.